Here's the analysis result for the guy you filled out the survey for. The result? C minus. This guy is below par. He has some issues to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's mostly just talking big, not walking the talk. While he might dress well and make a strong impression, his actions don't match his words when it comes to building a career. You might notice he gets impatient or upset easily and sometimes just gives up when things get tough.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's more likely to break down than bounce back. He can get upset quickly, maybe raising his voice, snapping, or withdrawing into himself for days. Over time, you might feel like you're the one picking up the pieces and soothing his mood.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He might seem polite on the surface, but deep down, he struggles to truly connect with others at work. It's very likely that he often ends up in arguments or tense situations, especially when things don't go his way. He can get irritated easily and may say or do things in the heat of the moment that upset others.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your career, he probably won't be proud. He's more likely to feel insecure or even upset. He can get jealous and take your success as a personal threat, reacting with sharp words, sudden mood swings, or even picking fights. Instead of supporting you, he may withdraw or become distant, making you feel like you have to hide your achievements just to keep the peace.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, if you earn more than him, he's likely to feel unsettled or even resentful, though he might not always say it directly. You may notice him making sarcastic comments, giving you the silent treatment, or picking fights over small things. Over time, you might sense a distance or coldness from his side whenever this topic comes up.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He tends to keep things organized and likely keeps track of money well, so he won't blow cash on useless things. He may stick to budgets, pay bills on time, and avoid risky spending. However, don't expect him to share plans or discuss big purchases openly. He might just make decisions on his own without considering your input.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He likes to keep up appearances and may act as if he has more than he actually does just to impress people. While he's careful with day to day money, There's a risk that he'll spend on flashy things or experiences to look good in front of others, even if it stretches his limits. Be careful, as this can put pressure on your shared finances down the line.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is not very open hearted or generous, especially when it comes to showing true kindness or giving freely. He might appear polite and sometimes spends to create a good image, but real warmth or selfless giving is not his natural style. You may feel he gives only what is necessary, not out of love or thoughtfulness.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is much more likely to be secretive and controlling about money than open and honest. You might find that he makes financial decisions on his own without telling you or keeps details hidden, making you guess where things stand. It's important to remember that a healthy relationship is built on trust, not secrets and control.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to think housework is more your job than his own. Although he likes things to be tidy and organized, he doesn't really step in and help much. He would rather see you handle most of it. In a fair partnership, both share the work, but with him, the balance may not feel equal or respectful.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's the kind who's more likely to supervise while you do the actual work. He likes things done in a certain way and will point out what's wrong, but he won't get his own hands dirty with chores or diapers. If you want real help at home, you might have to push hard or risk doing most of it yourself.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He tends to argue just to prove he's right rather than really listening to your side. When there's a disagreement, he's quick to push his own ideas and may talk over you or dismiss what you're feeling. You might feel he's not interested in how things affect you, just in winning the argument.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he's likely to say hurtful things or act aggressive rather than staying respectful. You might hear sharp words, shouting, or even see him slam things or storm out of the room. His anger can come out quickly and intensely, making you feel scared or very uncomfortable.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly, and this is a serious red flag you should not ignore. His temper can flare up over small things, leading to shouting, harsh words, or even aggressive actions. No woman should have to live in fear of someone's sudden anger or mood swings.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He rarely says sorry or takes responsibility for his mistakes. Instead, he's much more likely to blame you. When things go wrong, he may twist the situation to make you feel like it's your fault, refusing to admit when he's been harsh or unfair. Even if you try to talk calmly and fix a problem, he'll dodge owning up and shift blame onto you, making you question yourself.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is not someone who naturally respects boundaries, and he may have trouble truly understanding or accepting no. If you set limits, whether emotional or physical, he could push back, argue, or try to get his way instead of respecting your wishes right away. Sometimes he might act sweet or polite in public, but at home he can become forceful or even aggressive if things don't go how he wants. You should never have to fight for your boundaries to be taken seriously.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he's likely to take it very personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding your feelings or giving you gentle space, he may react with hurt, anger, or moodiness. He might make sarcastic comments, withdraw affection, or even try to pressure you into changing your mind.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
With a man like this, you should be careful. He may not always handle your private moments with kindness or respect. If there's an argument or he feels wronged, he could bring up personal things you shared or use them to embarrass or hurt you. True love is built on trust and safety, where your secrets are protected.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is easily distracted by other women and may struggle to stay faithful in a relationship. You might notice him paying too much attention to others, flirting, or seeking excitement outside your bond. Faithfulness means loyalty both in heart and action, and with him, you may not get that steady trust you deserve.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is likely to be over possessive, showing jealousy, being controlling, or always acting suspicious. He may question where you're going, who you're talking to, or want to check your phone and messages. Remember, healthy love is trusting and respectful, not fearful or controlling.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what seems like protective behavior is actually a sign of a controlling personality. He might say he's looking out for you or keeping you safe, but you'll notice he actually wants to decide who you see, where you go, and how you live your life. This kind of protection often feels heavy and restricting, not comforting.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will most likely expect you to do most of the parenting work. Though he may want things done his way or complain if something's not right, he won't step up and share the daily chores, late nights, or hard parts of raising kids. Parenting works best when it's a team effort. Sadly, with him, much of the teamwork will be missing.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is much more likely to lose his temper than stay calm. Small mistakes can turn into big scoldings, shouting, or harsh words, making the kids feel scared or worried rather than understood. Children need parents who guide with patience. If he always erupts in anger, it's a warning sign for a tense and fearful home life.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to fully support you as both a mother and your own person. While he may expect you to handle all the family and household duties, he often overlooks your needs, dreams, and personal time. If you try to focus on your career, hobbies, or friendships, he might act distant, unsupportive, or even jealous.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he's the kind of man who might seem supportive of your career at first, but could later ask or expect you to quit once you have a child. In the beginning, he may say nice things about your job, but as life changes, you might face pressure to put your own dreams aside for the family. It's wise to pay attention to these signs early so you don't end up sacrificing your own happiness and goals down the road.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will most likely just act polite on the surface with your parents rather than showing real warmth or building a genuine relationship. You might see him offering respectful greetings and following social rules when they're around, but not going out of his way to connect, help, or show affection. Deeper bonds, honest talks, and caring gestures may be missing. He is more likely to expect your family to adjust for him rather than making efforts to fit in himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse rather than handle it calmly. Instead of talking patiently or finding gentle solutions, he might get angry, complain loudly, or even start a fight. Instead of easing your worries, he could leave you feeling more stressed and unsupported.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might seem modern and open minded with you in private, but expect you to be a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. When it's just the two of you, he may act relaxed or supportive, but as soon as family visits or big occasions come, he could pressure you to dress, behave, and speak in ways that fit old fashioned expectations. A good partner stands by your true self everywhere, not just behind closed doors.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with his family rather than support you. Instead of standing up for you or helping to sort things out, he might avoid getting involved or quietly agree with his relatives to keep them happy. This can leave you feeling alone, misunderstood, and like you always have to fight your own battles.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is very much a mummy's boy and will almost always choose his mother's side in a conflict. No matter how fair or reasonable your point is, he tends to put his mother's feelings first, even if it hurts you or leaves you feeling neglected. This can make you feel like you're always second, struggling to be heard or valued in your marriage.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is the kind of man who will likely share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. Whenever there's a problem between you both, instead of handling it just between the two of you, he's quick to involve his family, telling them things that should have stayed private. A healthy marriage needs privacy and loyalty, but with him, those lines are often crossed.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, after all that analysis, we can conclude that this guy is a C minus. This guy is below par and he has some serious issues to watch out for. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out can feel exhausting and lonely. You'll often find yourself trying to keep up with his high expectations, handling most of the housework, and dealing with his quick temper or sharp words.